right. Well, you guys, welcome back. If you are new here, we are the Habit team. The Habit is a nutrition coaching company made for women by women. Our program is built for you with coaches who put your goals, lifestyle, and personality first. If you want to learn more about us, head to the episode notes or go to thehabit.com. That's habit with a Y to either request more information or book your free discovery call.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. That's still good, right? Because we have guy listeners too, right, Kristen?
Yeah, I'm sure we have a
Yeah,
few out there,
exactly.
right? Hopefully my husband listens.
Yeah, we'll tell all the husbands to listen to it. But anyways, I am here with Coach Kristen today, and it's been a little while for me that I haven't been on the podcast. And like coincidentally, the last time I was on, it was with Zan, and we talked about creatine. So a supplement. But today's episode is one we've been wanting to do for a while, and I think it's kind of a common theme with a lot of our clients and just questions being asked. We're breaking down the wild world of supplements. There's a new powder or a pill going viral every week. I don't have TikTok, but I'm sure there's like so many things lingering out there that you guys see. So we're kind of doing something a little fun. We're rating the most common supplements as overrated and underrated. No fluff. We're not being paid for any marketing BS, but we're going to try and make it quick, kind of just do like give you the actual supplement and then we'll rate it, give you a quick reasoning why. We're not going to completely dive into every single one. I think this was like a nice little kind of fire. Is that called? What is it? Hot fire?
Rapid fire,
That's
hot
not what it's called.
takes.
Rapid fire. There you go. Hot fire.
Hot fire.
But
Our hot takes
anyways.
on rapid fire supplements.
Ooh, okay. That might be the title of the podcast. There we go.
There we go. That's what you were trying to get at.
Exactly. But before we jump in, I just want to do a quick disclaimer. This is not a medical advice. We're just giving a science-backed information that we know of mixed with our actual real-world experience with coaching people every day. But did you know, Kristen, that supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA?
I did know that. That's honestly one
Yeah.
of the only things that we learned about supplements in nursing school and nurse practitioner school.
Oh, you actually learned this. in
It was like, it was like one slide on supplements,
Yeah.
basically saying that they're not well regulated.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we learned. But yeah, it is a little bit alarming that they're not super well regulated. And they don't really need to prove the safety or effectiveness before they sell them.
The one thing that I've learned through just clients and experience and doing my own research is a lot of the times these supplement companies would put in quotations proprietary blend, and they can get away with that. They don't need to list out anything because again, it's not regulated. They have their own proprietary blend, or the Fairlane collar proprietary protein blend or whatever it is, and they can get away with that. So unless it's third party tested, which is NSF certified or informed sport, it could be underdosed or contaminated or straight up useless.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the popular brands that you see marketed, I have seen have tested for heavy metals and stuff. So you definitely want to do your research. I tend for myself to find, I have a few brands that I've kind of feel like I can trust, and then I just keep getting the different supplements through those brands.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me. And I've worked with different brands throughout my time in the fitness industry too, and I've definitely kind of figured out which ones are legit or which ones aren't from experience. And again, just kind of doing your own research. I think don't trust your influencer with a discount code. And trust me, I'm one of them. But you do your own research.
I think also being one of them, though, at least for me, when I see every influencer promoting the same brand and the same product, I used to kind of fall for it more. And sometimes I still get a little sucked in depending on what the product is. But my first thought is, oh, they must have a good affiliate program.
Yeah.
if everybody's promoting the exact same thing,
Yeah.
your red
Yeah. Yeah. For
flags
sure.
should kind of be going off. That's not to say maybe the company is great, but
Yeah.
definitely look into it and don't just trust what the influencer is saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% agree on that. And like, I mean, I have a big following, but I'm not, as big as a lot of others out there. And I get those, people, I get the emails where you ask if want to affiliate and that. And they're great because they give you, their products. You make a little bit of money off of it. But I also like that's one thing that to me is like because I'm in the macro coaching world and like the fitness world, like I don't want to give you products that are bullshit. Like
Right.
that's just not who I am because I also want these products that I'm going to use myself. I'm not going to get free shit from things and products that I'm not going to use. Um, so yeah, I would say again, right? I think at the very gist of it, just do your research. Don't believe everything that you see on the interwebs or social media because not everything is real.
Yeah. And do look for like the third party testing, and you
Yes.
can kind of, like I said, I kind of find the brands that I trust and then just
And
keep
you just
using
stick
those
to it.
ones. Otherwise, it is
Yeah.
so overwhelming, and it really is the wild, wild west. Like there's so many products
Yes.
out there.
There really is. And they just keep coming up with new ones.
Yep.
Um, and maybe at the very end of the podcast too, maybe we can talk about the products that we like to use supplement wise and that are trusted brands like in our household. Maybe
Okay.
that could
Yeah,
be
that's a
our
good
little
idea.
yeah, because we didn't put that out in our little outline here. But I guess we can get started.
Let's do it.
First one, Kristen, which one's our first one? Overrated or underrated? Go.
Let's talk about creatine since you already mentioned it. And I'm going to go with underrated. But I do have like a little disclaimer. I've been asked about creatine a lot, and I keep telling my clients, I'm like, I do recommend it, if you're trying to put on muscle, and it's a great, well studied, like one of the most
Yes.
well studied supplements out there, proven to be safe, tons of benefits for,
Hmm.
muscles and brain health. I cannot be consistent with taking it. And that's one of the things is, surprise, you have to actually be
Yes.
consistent with it. So I
Yep.
do have it, but I don't know what it is about it. I never remember to take it. So I can't
Do
say
you
I
have
really use it.
do you have the powder?
I do. I have the Thorn
Okay.
powder.
Okay.
I think because it's a powder, and when we get into our supplements, I am like kind of on a lot of supplements right now. So I feel like it's just not my priority. I'm like
Yeah, yeah,
trying to
yeah.
deal with gut stuff. And so it's
Yeah.
just not my priority right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I started first taking creatine, it was the same thing. Like I couldn't be like I was not consistent with it. And that's when I turned into the gummies because they're just so much easier to take versus the powder. And like with me traveling, I mean, I don't travel a lot, but I travel maybe every couple of months to go to Philly, and I don't want to pack a bag of white
Right.
powder. Like I don't want to.
That might get
I don't
flagged.
want to bring that to the airport. Yeah, exactly. And actually, creatine. Thorne actually just came out with single packet creatines, which
Okay.
has been super nice.
Yeah,
So
for
like
travel.
kind of like how yeah, for travel. So that's been really nice. But yeah, I just tend to forget it too when it was powder form. But now that it's like I'm taking it as a gummies, it's so much easier for me to take it because one, it's delicious, and two, it's just like it's just easy. I don't have to mix it with water. But yes, for me, creatine, like all my clients already know this. Like I recommend it to every single one of you guys. It's all for me, it's the same thing. It's underrated. I would say that like creatine should be kind of looked as more of like a daily vitamin almost for the supplements that it has or the benefits that it has, and not just for muscle gains or recovery or performance, but like really for me it's brain health and cognitive health. And also like as I'm 40 now, and there may be some signs of perimenopause, and it's actually studied that it actually can help with hormone health for specifically for women also. So yes, that would be my number one choice for sure.
Yeah, I need to get the gummies.
Anything?
I think honestly, the only con of it is that some people do see some like water retention and bloating, especially
Yeah.
in the beginning. And I feel like that can kind of turn people
Yes.
away, but it's not that you're putting on fat. You're putting on just holding on to some water weight. And
Yeah,
typically it gets better after the first couple of weeks anyway.
it does. And like, again, just like based off of like studies and research, it only becomes a problem bloating wise if you're taking a significant amount of it at the beginning and you're like, 120-pound woman or whatever it is. Like you have, depending on how much you weigh, there's almost like a how many like the doses, almost, if you're having issues with bloating, that's something that could be easily fixed with the dosing. Um, Anything else you want to add on creatine?
I don't think so. So yeah,
First one,
underrated. I need to eventually
underrated
one
for
day
sure.
remember to take it. But yeah, if you're trying to build muscle, or even like you said, not even just for building muscle and recovery, but the cognitive effects of it, and like
Yeah,
if you have brain fog or something like that, it could be a good one to add in.
it could. Yes, for sure. All right, moving on to the next one is BCAAs.
What are you
I
gonna go? I'm gonna
am
go with overrated.
same.
I've actually never taken them. I just think if you're especially, there's so many supplements. You could add on a
Yes.
million. Are they going to hurt you? Probably not. But is it
Yeah.
worth the money? Also probably not.
No. Yeah, I think you can use that towards something else.
Yeah. Like
Um,
buying quality meat, or, quality
yeah,
protein sources that are complete proteins that are going to fill you up. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, it's probably not
it's a
something
waste of
that's
money.
necessary. One thing I will say that I heard people talking about, and it kind of makes sense to me though, is like with Ozempic and everything, people that are
Yeah.
having a really hard time getting protein in, and if they're worried about like muscle wasting, I could see it maybe beneficial for that.
Okay.
But for like the average person,
Yeah.
I think it's overrated.
Yeah, same. I'm calling that overrated. Like if you're eating enough protein throughout the day, you have a different sources of protein, like BCAAs are basically flavored water with a price tag. Like
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
it is. Um, but the one thing I would say is like unless you're training like faster, doing some like long endurance sessions, they're really not worth it. Like
Yeah.
pass, do something else.
Pass on that. Yeah, put
Yeah.
your money towards food.
Yes, exactly. So far, one underrated and one overrated, and our next one on the list, who is fat burners or a
Pass.
thermogenic.
Overrated.
Yes, and I can't believe they're still around.
I don't see them. Are
Going
they like
away.
still heavily? Yeah, are they? I don't know.
I
I
I
think
s-
it's one of those
yeah.
kind of quick, like, and it marketed as an easy option, obviously, but I mean, nothing is going to replace your diet
Yeah.
and your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have a lot of caffeine in them, which are probably going to give you some other side effects. And
Mhm.
like most of them also have a pretty long list of things in them. Like who knows what it
What's in
is.
it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So just, yeah, stay away from those.
Yeah, I agree. And like I feel like I don't see them anymore, but that's probably just because of like my usual feed doesn't I don't,
Hmm.
that's not going to come up
They're
on
not
my feed.
marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say if like a random like night like a hotel where you're staying where there's commercials, because I never see commercials now, like that's where you see them and you're like, "Wait,
Yeah. I'm going to look
what?"
out for them.
Yeah, or like the radio has them too. Like they'll talk about it and I was like, "Wait,
I also
people are
don't
still
listen to the
talking about
radio.
it?"
So yeah, I'm like,
Yeah. That's
don't see
good.
any of this anymore. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely overrated.
Yes, overrated
Save
on
your
that too.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't burn fat because you're taking a pill. Like the pill is called a fat burner. That's false.
I mean,
False
it's crazy.
advertising.
Yeah. It might, like, suppress your appetite a little bit, but
Exactly, because it's
anything
caffeine
it's doing
heavy.
is probably going to have some negative
Mhm.
side effects. You're gonna have crashes, you're gonna feel probably jittery.
Yeah.
If
You're
you're
gonna be in the
pumping yourself
toilet.
with caffeine, yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna be in the toilet. Your cortisol is probably gonna be higher, and then that's gonna mess with your blood sugar. You're
Yeah.
gonna end up having crashes later. Like, just don't do it.
Just don't. So,
Yeah.
another overrated one. Now, what do you got next?
I'm gonna go with greens powders.
Okay. This is
Overrated
kind
for
of a hot
me.
topic, right? Right
Yeah,
now?
it is, and it's one of the ones that I feel like is very heavily
Marketed.
pushed. I've
Yeah.
tried them in the past,
Yeah.
and I will say, like, I feel like they almost have, like, a probiotic effect, and
Okay.
I don't know, that's maybe I could see it for that, but in terms of it being, like, your greens and getting your veggies and stuff, it's
Yeah.
just not a replacement, and maybe some people are using it kinda to fill in the
For
gaps, but
that.
I do think it kinda gives you a false sense of security that you're getting what you need, and you're just not,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. And you're not working towards making it better because you're
Right.
just kind of using a fallback because you know that the greens powder have your daily dose of vegetables.
Right. It kind of honestly also kinda reminds me of, like, probiotics or
Yeah.
fiber supplements. I don't know how you feel about those, but in general, like,
Yeah. I don't.
you're gonna get more from eating it from food. I
Mhm.
don't think any supplement can be a replacement for
Yeah.
food. Even
Absolutely.
from, like, how your body absorbs and digests it, like, you're gonna get more out of the actual vegetable, and even if you look at, like, from a protein standpoint with the BCAAs,
Yeah.
it's not a complete protein, like,
Yep.
food tends to have it's not just one vitamin in a vegetable, like, it
Mhm.
has multiple that all kind of, like, work
Nutrients.
together, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna get so much more from just eating real quality food.
Yeah. So another overrated one.
Mhm.
And the other
And they're
the
expensive,
they
and
are
again,
oh
like,
my god, they are
who knows what else
expensive.
is in it.
Yeah.
It's such a small scoop, like, how much of that vegetable is truly in it,
Yeah.
it's just
I
yeah.
think this is one that has that quote unquote proprietary blend. If next time
Yeah.
you take your greens powder, if you're taking them, look at
See if it has
what
it.
the proprietary blend is and like do your research. I don't think that it will actually give you a breakdown, and even if there is any kind of breakdown out there, it's not the daily dose that you think you're getting, that you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, it's
I do
not.
think it makes you, like, when I took them, 'em, I'm like, "Okay, I feel like I'm doing something good." Like, it mentally makes you feel
Yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
for the price tag,
Mm,
not worth it.
yeah, I think it's just a trendy shortcut that
Mhm.
a lot of well-known influencers
Yeah.
market. And like I said earlier, do they have a really good affiliate program? Probably. Are
Probably.
they getting paid really well? Probably. But again, another overrated one. Wow, so far we
Yep.
have
Lots of
one under.
overrateds.
Yeah.
Let's get into some of our underrated ones. Name an underrated one.
All right, the next one is magnesium. How?
Underrated. I
Same.
love magnesium.
Yeah. I've actually, so you know how as we were talking about function health, I just did that blood work.
Mhm.
That's actually one that was recommended to me is magnesium.
Yeah, I think most people, obviously, I think that brings up a good point just to, like, throw that out there. With any of these, especially getting into more of, like, the nutrients,
Mhm.
you really do wanna get your levels checked
Yeah.
because while most people need it, maybe you don't, and then it's just a waste of money
Yeah.
or you're getting too much or, depending on what it is, you're peeing it out and
Yep.
not getting it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think magnesium is one that most people are deficient in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really thought there's something that I need, but after like kind of seeing the breakdown of my levels and all that stuff, and it makes sense. Like it's good for someone that's especially active and and that because I'm more active. That means I'm in a higher stress environment. Not all the time, but when you're working out, your body goes under stress, and that's normal. That's completely okay. But having to help with this, with just sleep in general, I think that is something that I've started to take. And funny enough, we have magnesium at home. I just don't take it because I didn't think I needed it. So now it's easy because we already have it. So now I just have to remind myself to actually take it.
Yeah. And I think, with like the stress, there's so
Yeah.
many. I think you might not think of yourself as somebody
As
that
stress.
is chronically
Yes.
stressed, but
I
there are
agree.
so many different stressors,
Mm-hmm.
environmental stressors, work stressors, relationship. If
Yeah.
you have young kids, working out, like most people probably are stressed. And
Yeah.
magnesium's so good for digestion, mood, muscle, sleep. So I think it's definitely underrated, and most
Underrated
people probably could
and
benefit
needed.
from it. I like
Yeah.
I don't know which one you have. I like a blend of magnesiums. That's kind of my favorite, just because they all kind of do something a little bit different.
Okay. I think the one that we have is glycinate.
Yeah, I like
So I'll have
that.
to
I
look.
either take that, or that's what I took before, and I kind of switched to a blend, and I really like the blends.
So you like both? Glycinate
It's
and
I'd have to honestly look up which. I know glycinate's in it. I'm trying to remember. I think it's called triple mag. There's 3 different ones
okay.
in it. But
Okay.
yeah, I take it at night. I think it really does help with sleep too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny you were talking about, that people don't realize how much like stress happens throughout your day to day. And I went and got a massage for Mother's Day actually. And I have the Aura ring, and it'll tell you like if you're like high stress or whatnot. On the day that I got a massage, like fully rested, I got a facial, I got a massage, an hour and a half massage. Like that day, my aura is like dinging at me. I was like, "You're a high stress today." I
No
was like,
way.
yeah. I was like, I
So
was
who knows?
relaxed, but okay.
Yeah.
But I can see that though, because someone's working on your body and like working through your
Yeah.
muscles.
Yeah.
And if I'm already tense to begin with, and someone you just kind of like going through my fascia and like releasing my fascial release and stuff, like I could see that. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh, like
okay, that
never
makes
really
sense.
thought about it that way. But yeah, it's been cool to well, having the Oura ring for, like, 2 months now, it's been cool to, like, kind of understand that and kinda nerd out on different information, now my getting my blood work done, and now the Aura, it's like, just
I
call
know.
me
I
a
feel like we need
biohacker.
to
No, I'm just
do a
kidding.
whole podcast on like the lab work and stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's funny you just say that, because I told you I have like I'm taking so many supplements right now, more than I ever
Yeah.
have, but I can get into that in a minute if we have time. But Jordan was like joking. What's his name? Brian Johnson, the supplement guy who's like
Yeah.
trying to reverse his
Trying to
age. He
yeah.
like has been
Oh, yeah,
calling
yeah,
me
yeah.
that
Yes.
because he takes so many supplements. I'm like, I
Is he
don't
the guy is
know.
he the same guy that plugged in his son's blood in him? Or is that a different guy?
I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
that.
that there was, some person that was trying to, like, basically reverse, aging,
He
and he
is. So maybe it
okay,
is. And I know he
maybe
has a
it is.
son. It might be.
Okay, maybe it is. Yeah, look that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
yeah, no,
wild.
we probably should do a podcast sometime on the lab work stuff, because I love all that. And like you said, I'm such a nerd with all that too, just looking at all the different lab work. But it really is important if you're concerned that you have any deficiencies, or, just don't feel optimal. And I think for anybody, even if you do feel optimal, getting it checked before it becomes a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, this is probably, like, a whole different topic, but that function health thing was something that was actually, again, just really cool to dive in, because there are things that most of it's all great stuff, but there are like I've always had a history of being anemic, and that showed up on there again. So that's something that can try to work on, but which a lot of the times, like, I will still get this like nauseous feeling, depending on like the day and like the heat and stuff, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So it is a lot. It's been kind of nice little eye opener to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, moving on. What about
yes.
vitamin D? Over or underrated?
Oh my God. Underrated.
Agree.
This is, yeah, like between creatine and vitamin D, these are like the two main things for me that I just tell my clients about. Like, again, I'm not the supplement guru or anything like that, but vitamin D has so many great benefits, and it's not just because you're not getting enough sunshine. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many other things behind it. But
Yeah.
the
I've
one
been taking
thing,
it for a while.
what do you? Well, we can talk about that later. We're getting sidetracked, but
I
we'll
know.
talk about really brands here later. But the one thing about vitamin D is that you want to also pair it with K2, with to help with calcium and into your bones, and it helps with just absorption in general also. But that is the one thing on my Function Health that I was actually like, I was good. I was like, hell yeah, because I
Oh,
take my
yay.
vitamin
See, I was
D.
deficient last we checked, so I've been
Okay.
taking it, like, been really good at taking it. I also like cod liver
Oh
oil
yeah.
is another way you can get some
Mm-hmm.
vitamin D. So sometimes I'll like trade off depending on what I feel like taking
Okay.
that day.
But no, I mean, again, not just because you're not getting enough sunshine, but it's also very common in colder climates if you work indoors. And yes, even if you are in like live in California where it's sunny majority of the year, like this is still something that you should be taking regardless
Yeah.
because it also supports like immunity and your mood and like hormone balance. So it's a cheap supplement, it's simple, and it has a huge payoff.
Yeah. No, highly recommend. Like I said, I've been taking that one for a while, and it's another one that like most people are deficient in if you're not
Exactly.
on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, easily. Um All right. I think we have our last one, and we'll do a last quick fire round with few different ones here. But omega 3s, overrated or underrated?
Underrated because I feel like most people don't eat enough fish. Like, if you're somebody
Yes.
that's eating fish throughout the week, then
Yeah.
probably don't need it, but, like, I know I always say I need to eat more fish, and then I
Mhm.
don't. So
Yeah.
definitely underrated for most people.
Yeah. That was one of my recommendations as well. And since I've been using kind of a meal prep company, every time I go there, I would usually just get salmon because I don't like cooking salmon at home,
Mhm.
and Brandon doesn't really like it. So if I cook it, it'd just be for me. But I've been doing that a lot more. But I mean, it's also delicious. So yes, omega 3s are definitely underrated. And again, I think this is another, kind of the same with vitamin D. Like it's cheap, it's not expensive, and it's worth the money. Like, if it plays a role with immune health as well, like, there's, heart health, anti-inflammatory, joint support, like, I mean, everything that you could really ask for, especially as we get older also. But like you said, right, this is something that majority of people are probably deficient in as well.
It's also something that, like, creatine is pretty well studied. So
Yes.
I think you can kind of again, you gotta
Mm.
find a quality brand,
Mhm.
but I think it's
Yeah.
a one that you can kinda trust. And not to get into, like, all the seed oils and stuff, but if you look at omega 3s are the anti-inflammatory oil, and then you have your omega 6s, which are,
Uh-huh.
like, seed oils and stuff, and just based off of what most people eat, the ratio of those 2 are so
Yeah,
off, and most
different.
people are
Mhm.
not getting enough omega
Omega
3s,
3s.
especially compared to the omega 6s. So,
Yeah,
especially if you're
it's a
somebody
really good
that
point.
I mean, most everything diseases and everything come back to inflammation, so I
Mhm.
think it's one that should definitely be added in for most people.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so as a summary, right? How many we got? Creatine, magnesium, and vitamin D, and vitamin or omega
And
3s are
omega
all
3.
underrated, right?
Mhm.
Do we have more underrated than overrated? Wow, look at us. That's good. BCAAs, overrated, fat burners, and greens powder.
Yeah, so 4 to 3.
Right? Okay. All right. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So those four so far are under or overrated, and we're gonna do a quick, quick fire with three supplements here that are pretty common. I would say I would add protein to this too, because I would just know that's something that we. I mean, it is still a supplement, right? But collagen for one, go.
I'd say overrated. Again, some people maybe if you're like under on protein or it's studied for like skin and that kind of thing. But again, you have to be really consistent with it and it can get pricey. So I would say overrated overall.
Yes, I agree.
Put your money towards real food and,
Yeah.
good quality protein sources.
I would say I was obsessed with collagen, like, when it first
I used
came
it
out,
too
like,
back in the day.
yeah, like, vital protein peptides is the shit.
Hmm.
And then the more you learn, I was like, "Oh, this is a waste of money." And just like BCAAs, like, right, we talked about amino acids and stuff, like collagen is not it's not a complete protein. So you could, if you're after for the protein from the collagen, definitely no. But there are said benefits of like joint and skin and with paired with vitamin C and used long term. But again, right, I think it's not worth the money.
Yeah. I will say I
Um,
have I don't have it now, but I love this bone broth protein collagen thing, but I don't use it every day. In the winter I do, just because I love a hot cup. It's like a hot chocolate and I just love the way it tastes. So,
my client sent me that. Is it like bone broth and then put it in hot chocolate?
it's so good. I
Right?
mean, I just do it with
My
water
client
and
sent
I
me
do
that.
like a little
Yeah.
bit of cream. I used to do this like dandelion tea in it. I haven't been doing it as much now because it's hot
Yeah.
out, but oh
The
my gosh,
weather.
I looked forward to it every day when I used it. So it's not, I don't know, something that I use every day indefinitely, but I did just love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I
it
mean,
is,
if you enjoy the taste.
yeah. But yeah, for an actual like collagen, is it going to make a huge difference on like skin and muscles and everything? Probably
Yeah.
overpricey.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Pre-workout.
Overrated.
Yeah, I would say overrated as well. Like if you want a free workout, like have a shot of
Yeah.
espresso. I don't know.
And
Yeah.
also like if
Uh,
I've probably only used it 3 times maybe. I felt awful every single time I had it. And also I'm a firm
yeah.
believer, if you need pre-workout to get a good workout in, we got to look at why. Are you not
What?
eating enough? Are
Yes.
you not
Yep.
getting enough
Other
protein? Are
things.
you sleeping? Or, what's going on? You shouldn't need
I agree.
pre-workout to get a good workout
Yeah,
in.
100% agree. I've never taken it. Yeah, overrated for me. Never taken it.
Yeah.
Never really wanted it because I don't see any benefit of it. All right, electrolytes.
I actually say underrated for this.
Yeah.
I take like I don't know if we want to get into brands, but I do take these most days. And also just from like, again, going back to the stress thing, if
Yeah, the
you're
minerals.
chronically stressed, you are
Yeah.
burning through different minerals. So I think it can be helpful from that standpoint, especially because I do work out and stuff. So I think it's actually underrated. Yeah. What about you?
I have a mixed feeling about electrolytes because it's not something that I use myself, but like Brandon swears by it.
Yeah.
He takes electrolytes and well, okay, I take that back. He used to be obsessed with Element, but then now he just puts salt in his water, which is just actually like it works just well.
Yeah.
So maybe like the fact that you don't need to pay too much for it
Yeah.
and make it your own. Like I think electrolytes sourced from like coconut water is best rather than buying an actual electrolyte supplement.
That is exactly what I used to do.
Yeah.
And then I got lazy. And now I just buy the adrenal cocktail. But no, you can totally do it yourself.
Yes.
I just pay for the convenience now.
Yeah. So that I guess it's a little bit of both, right? If like
Yeah. I do think it's very trendy right now too,
sure.
which again kind of sets off my red flags. But yeah, I like it for myself personally.
Yeah. There you go. And I know they have great flavors. So if that's gonna push you to drink more water, then so be it.
Yeah.
Right.
Adrenal cocktail does not taste that great. It's just like a weird salty, but I feel like my body craves it now. Like I don't know if I actually like need it and that's why, but I do actually like it. But my husband will try it and be like, ugh. But yeah, Elementy and like some of those other brands have great flavors.
Yeah. Yes. There's so many different brands that coming out now with
Right.
for that electrolytes. But yeah, I mean they could also be pricey. Like if you're trying to, I guess maybe, save some money or figure out the best bang for your buck is like you can most likely make this on your own. And
You can make it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to take the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So before we go into like our
Outro.
our little ending outro.
We just made up a
An
word.
outro is an ending. Anyways, outro. Anyways, okay. I know. What do we want? Do we want to kind of just go through what we're taking right now currently and supplements and maybe if there are brands that you would recommend?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm taking more supplements than I really have in the past and try to like briefly summarize this. So, I don't know if you remember, I think we've talked about it on the podcast before with the hormone episode, but last January 2024, I had this crazy pneumonia episode. I was on numerous antibiotics and had a procedure. And I took probiotics afterwards, but a few months later, I started having hormone issues. And over the past year, I've been just like deficient in everything. And basically, my body is just depleted. Like my skin was breaking out and stuff. So a few months ago, finally kind of figured out that I think even though I did probiotics after and whatnot, I think my gut was damaged from the antibiotics, from the stress of the procedure. So even though I was trying to replace the nutrients and whatnot that I was losing, I wasn't absorbing them. So now I'm kind of trying to focus on my gut. So I am doing, it feels like a lot of supplements because the one supplement that I'm doing for my gut is 7 capsules at once. So then you add, so it feels like a lot. But I have already noticed since using it, like I feel so much better. My skin is clear now. So I do think it's helping. But I think that also goes to show like I was doing lab tests that kept showing I was deficient. And they kept recommending I take supplements to kind of like bring those levels up. And I am a very persistent person when it comes to like my health and my kids. And I'm like, but why am I so deficient? Like just taking a supplement feels like a Band-Aid. I shouldn't be deficient in all these things. So just a little disclaimer, like if you do have issues, yes, supplements are great, but you also want to look at like, why do you have those issues going on?
The
So
reason.
I take that. That's Design for Health. I like their brand. It's called GI Revive, but it's basically like herbs and supposed to just work at healing the gut so that I can absorb all of my nutrients and, whatnot. So I do that. And then I do Symbiotica Omegas. I really like theirs. It's just like easy too because it's liquid. You just do the pumps. So I do that. I do my adrenal cocktail. I do. And I did like a hair test too. Like I was literally just deficient in everything. So that's why I added in like the adrenal cocktail. And they have one called Pickleball that's higher in potassium. So I do, those are powders. I do vitamin D. I do my magnesium at night. I do triple mag from Vital Nutrients. I like that brand too. What else do I do? Look through our list. I do vitamin D. I do the magnesium. I do not do greens. I have creatine from Thorne sitting in my pantry that is neglected. Maybe I don't take quite as many as I felt like I did. Sometimes I do the cod liver oil because it's a good source of the vitamin A and vitamin D. I do some, I don't do these ones every day, honestly, but beef liver is kind of known to be like nature's multivitamin. So sometimes I will do that, but I also kind of forget. And right now it's just not my priority, but I do sometimes do that. I think with multivitamins and stuff too, I like a food-based one if you can find them because multivitamins are another one that they have a lot of synthetic stuff in them and you really have to like look at your quality and again, you want to do right. And like I like a more targeted approach. If I am deficient in something, a multivitamin probably isn't enough to bring it up. So yeah, I think those are actually the ones that I take. So maybe it's not quite as many. The one just feels like a lot. But my brands that I really like Vital Nutrients. I like Design for
I've
Health.
never heard of that.
Thorne. Those are the ones like the
Oh,
GI
okay.
ones. So I like those. And I do like Symbiotica. They actually make a
Symbiotica's, yeah,
creatine
I think this is a
liquid.
great brand.
And I've actually thought about would I use it if I do the liquid
Oh,
one. But I'm trying to tell myself to use up my powder first, but you actually have to use it to
yeah.
use it up.
And does that, like with the liquid form of Symbiotica, do you just like pump it into water or is it just like straight up, like kind of like
I just I mean, I guess
how
I assume
they're
you just pump it in your mouth. That's what I
okay?
do with the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
omegas.
Okay.
So I
Oh,
don't know. I have to look into it.
yeah.
I
I
think
didn't know that
that's
they
the
make that.
main ones I take.
Okay. I mean, that's not, yeah, I don't think that's a
It's not
lot.
crazy. Yeah,
No,
it
no.
feels like a lot because I used to really hate supplements and not want to take any. So now I'm
Yeah.
like, feels like I'm taking a lot, but maybe it's not as many as I
Yeah, I
thought.
think it's so easy for, like people to just do the like multivitamin route because it's supposed to have everything you need. But like you said, I think that if you are able to, get tested, kind of know your body more and like know what you're deficient in, I think that's the best route of going about it when you're trying to take some supplements, and one, it's going to save you some money because you're not having to take things that you don't necessarily need. But also too, like, again, kind of like getting down to the answer, like finding answers on why things are happening and why are you deficient in it, and etc. But for me, I mean, I would say I'm pretty simple for right now. I mean, creatine's been probably the biggest game changer for me the past couple years now. Vitamin D has always been solid for me for I don't know how long. Like, that's always been a no-brainer. I'm taking vitamin C as well. I do need to find some type of iron supplement from Function Health, the recommendation, and plus like being anemic. Um, but I gotta find like
I wonder
something.
if the beef liver would
Oh yeah,
be
actually, it's a good idea.
helpful.
I'd rather do that.
It might.
Yeah, yeah. I'll.
Yeah, that's why I sometimes use it, like, at different times of the month. Like, if I'm on my
Oh
period,
yeah,
I'll do some beef liver to kinda get some extra
yeah.
iron too.
That oh, and this might be TMI, but it was like wild. Because Brandon would like to cook his steak in iron casket, iron skillet, like the cast iron. And I was on my period, and he cooked the steak, and I ate the steak, and the night of, like, I was, like, nonstop bleeding. I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital because it was, like, every
Oh my
30
gosh,
minutes.
yeah, you definitely
Yeah,
need to
and
do
then I was like,
something for
yeah,
that.
I messaged my doctor, and then we, like, Googled a little bit of it, and it's, like, because of the extra iron that was, like, secreted out from the cast iron itself, it made me bleed more. Wild.
I'm surprised that you don't have more symptoms from
Yeah,
that too.
like, it was
Like, feeling
yeah.
tired and,
Yeah, it was definitely yeah, so since then, like, we're using a ceramic cast iron, not, like, an actual, like,
Yeah,
but
like, not doing that
no, it
again.
was, like, it was miserable. I had to like, I couldn't sleep because I had to go into the change in, like, every 30
Oh my
minutes,
gosh.
but we were trying to figure out, like, am I gonna lose enough blood? Am I have to go to the hospital, you know? But yeah, and
Jeez.
then with me have the history of being anemic too, so now I just, like, kind of like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." But
Yeah, gotta stay on
yeah,
top of that.
exactly. And then I do take omega-3s. I don't take it every day. I take it every probably once a week, and then I do vitamin C also. So I think I would say those are my main ones, and then obviously, protein supplement from here and there. I don't like protein as a shake. I like protein as like added flavor to Greek yogurt.
That's what we do too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it in
Yes,
oatmeal
same.
or sometimes I'll put it in Greek yogurt. I can't remember the last time I did a
Yeah.
protein shake, which is funny because I used to do one back
Yeah,
in the day
exactly.
almost every
Yeah.
day. But yeah, now I just like do it as a little
Mhm.
flavor, a little boost of
Yeah.
protein, balance out the oatmeal, that kind
Yeah,
of
and
thing.
and
You use it as a supplement,
exactly, to
to
supplement.
supplement your protein intake, not to
Yeah.
use every day, multiple times a day.
But my go-to brands are Thorne, first and foremost. Like, they have in terms of, like, actual supplements, they have, I would say, probably the best in the business in terms of, like, NSF certified, and Legion is my next one, my go-to. They have both. They have, like, protein powders, and they also have supplements. They're third-party tested, but I don't believe they're NSF certified, though. And the next one on my list is Evolve Protein, but that's just protein. That's not like I wouldn't say that's supplement. That's just a protein. But those are my 3 go-tos, and I would say I haven't really, like, looked into other things. I do know, though, Symbiotica is actually a really good brand. I know,
I love
yeah.
their stuff. I just think it's easy also to remember to take
Yeah, the
it because
liquid form.
it's not a pill. It's just,
Yeah, we
yeah,
actually do,
it
Symbiotica
is pricey
vitamin
though.
D drops for Zion because they have the kids vitamin
Okay.
D.
I used to do theirs and then it was just more
Yeah.
expensive. So I switched over. But yeah, I love their
Yeah,
products.
that's the one brand, or that's the one product that we have from them is, her vitamin D, because you don't wanna overdose in vitamin D. I mean, I don't know if you could
Right.
overdose in vitamin D, but for a tiny little body, so those just do a little droplets, but yeah, so, hopefully this little overrated, underrated little podcast that we just did was super helpful for you. And remember that, supplements are what they are. They are supplements. They can help, but they can't fix what you're not doing in the kitchen, in the gym, or your sleep routine. So focus on your food, movement, sleep, hydration. And then only then what's actually, figure out what's actually worth your money afterwards. And if you have the extra, financial ability to do some testing, blood work, hormone tests, whatever it is, to understand more internal health, I would say would highly recommend that as well, because that is when you can learn into maybe what can be a helpful supplement for you.
Yeah, and even, a lot of them you can also ask your doctor just to add them
Yeah.
on. They might not routinely do them, but you can ask for different levels to be checked. It doesn't have to necessarily be through like a big, more expensive lab company,
Yeah.
That's how I got mine done just at the doctor's. I just had to specifically
For
ask for
certain
them.
things. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do that. I mean, the function thing was a great opportunity. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And
Yeah, and that's a little more
it
comprehensive,
is.
but especially if it's just like
Yes,
certain minerals or
that you could
vitamins that you're
ask.
worried about, you can usually just add them on if they're
Blood
doing
work
yearly
already.
blood work
Yeah.
anyway or
Oh yeah,
something.
that's there. There you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I guess, if there are any kind of like specific questions you guys have, specifically on certain ones that we talked about today, you can let us know. We're here to help. Or no, by all means, we're not experts, but we have life experiences, I guess. That's what you could say.
Yes, we're just sharing our experience and our education with
Yeah.
it. It's again not medical advice. We're not telling you to go out and take or don't take these supplements, do your own
Yeah.
research, but this is just, what did you call it? A hot
Hot
fire?
fire, hot take,
Hot fire.
rapid fire, hot
These
take.
are just our opinions.
Yes, exactly. But uh, the very last thing I will say is people need less hype and just more consistency in general. And
Mhm.
no supplement is going to fix what you're currently doing right now. It has to start from you.
Yep. Totally agree. Well said.
All right. That is all for us. All right, friends. We will see you again soon. Maybe next time we are on again, we can talk about blood work, hormone health.
Yes, I would
Yeah.
love that. Let us know if you have questions, or DM us or drop a comment if you have any specific supplements or anything you are curious about.
All right. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.